Hello friends, welcome back to another round of my financial predictions for cryptocurrencies. Today is the 11th of May and we see, just like I predicted guys, that these days will be extremely good for cryptocurrencies, not just Bitcoin. We'll talk about Ethereum and Avalanche as well. So remember, if you're new to the channel, I do financial predictions of every kind. I'm covering cryptocurrencies only on this channel. So if you want to get familiarized with the way to read my charts, the way they work, all of that, you need to watch the tutorial that I made. It's on the main page of this channel. It's very easy to understand and it can bring you a lot of profits. It can get you, it can save you a lot of trouble. I really like when people write me in messages, emails, comments, whatever. Thanks to my abilities to predict the future, they have managed to save and make a lot of money. That's exactly what I really like. That's basically what I do all of this for, because it's a gift, it's an ability to predict the future, and there's no good if you cannot share this with other people to help them as well. So I told you we will see extremely good days around the 8th, starting right now on the 8th of May. Now the 8th of May was Thursday, so my last video was on the 7th of May, so that's what you can see right after. On Thursday, completely shuts all the way up. Very volatile day on the 8th, extremely volatile, just like I told you. We're talking about to the highest position, it's a solid 5%. I was expecting, it's climbing a little bit higher, but I expected even more volatility for these days. But it's very good because basically all of these days, the 9, the 10, and today, which is more in range, but all of these days have been basically very good. The price is holding very strong. We still have not seen any dramatic correction, any very powerful correction that you could see that is kind of pulling all of this up. Nothing like that. You can see the price is kind of holding in a range, especially after around the half of the 10th of May, and especially today, which is mostly in range. But yeah, tomorrow could bring a more volatile day. Remember that when we have a green circle and a red circle, opposite energies, sharing one single day, in this case the 12th of May, it really signals extreme volatility for that day. So be very aware. Now afterwards, I see another potential days. Basically, all of these days up until the 16th of May will possibly be very volatile. Now, I'm not saying all of them, like the 4 of these days will be all volatile, but there's a chance of seeing most of them being very volatile, because you can see the same pattern right here on the 12th, on the 13th, on the 14th right here with the box, on the 15th as well. So be very careful. If you do perpetuals, don't go with too much leverage, because these days, especially if they're very, very volatile, they will be you will be easily liquidated on these days. So be very careful. I am expecting another powerful uptrend around the 14th or the 15th. I think it's more likely to see that on the 15th of May. And afterwards, it's going to be very, very good. May is looking just like I told you. Exactly like I predicted, guys. I told my friends long time ago, back in February, and I was making several comments about this, that I told you that April was going to be a very volatile day, but after that was going to be the start of a very bullish season. And May is a very, very good month looking. I predicted that it was going to be a very good month. And something that someone told me is that May usually is not a very good month for Bitcoin. It's vice versa. It's the complete opposite. So it's really surprising. But yeah, to me, not really, because like I'm saying, and like you can see with your own eyes, especially if you have been following me for even like a week. That's all it takes to see that my accuracy and my predictions are the best in the world. This is no exaggeration. You can see this, how consistently I hit time and time again, every single time, brings you the most accurate crypto charts ever. So that's basically the outlook for Bitcoin. Like I told you, very volatile days coming, but I think, especially around the box, the 14 and the 15, we can see very bullish trends continue. I don't see any strong corrections, although they could happen. I'm not saying they won't, but I'm not seeing any red box for these days, within this range of days. So possibly very good. Now let's take a look at Ethereum, which is the other cryptocurrency that I am analyzing. Now finally, Ethereum just finally broke to beyond $2,000. That happened on the 8th of May as well. I told you it could be very, very volatile as well. It could be the start of this bullish season around the 9 to 10. That's exactly what we saw basically, because you can see that this is where the price begins. This is I think it was the highest position around, well, no, the highest position was somewhere around here. So 15% continues to climb even higher tomorrow, the day after, which is on the 9th of May, a very powerful position. And kind of retraces back a little bit and slow recovery, and the 10th of May, another green day. So you can see that this altcoin, this Ethereum, is performing really well, but you can see that it played out exactly like I predicted. Meaning that I told you that because there was a range of days in red boxes and in red circles, in a range of days which Bitcoin has all of these days completely on the green, I told you that it was very likely to see these altcoins, especially Ethereum, underperform compared to Bitcoin, and that's exactly what we saw, especially today, which is completely in range and actually slightly downwards. The difference might not be as much currently. It could change in the next hours. We're talking about almost 2%, so it's not much, but yeah, it's obviously not as good as Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is completely on range, so it's an underperforming compared to Bitcoin. And I mean, you could say it's even an historical, a macro underperforming, because you can see that Bitcoin is already near, it's on 103K, very, very good, and Ethereum is just back at basically only $500 away from 3,000K. So it's going to be, it's still a long way. I mean, we're talking about 90%, so it's still a long way. Yeah, it's still very good for Ethereum. Just like I told you, I mean, many people were losing hope on Ethereum, especially in March, when you saw Ethereum being a complete disappointment, even compared to other altcoins like Solana. And myself included, I was thinking like, oh my god, Ethereum might not be doing as well, and it's actually not out in the clear yet, but it's improving, so that's something. Now for the next days, I already, just like I told you, I see basically the same outlook. I see, for example, the green box contains the 13 to the 14. I believe Bitcoin has there on the 14 and 15. So at least one day is shared by the box in both Ethereum and Bitcoin. So it's possibly going to be looking like Ethereum could do a better 14 than Bitcoin. And especially if driven by Bitcoin, it could go actually all the way until the 15th of May, which could also be an uptrend. But in any case, we are still, we could possibly see another very strong correction coming, maybe tomorrow or on the 13th, because for Ethereum, this is a very large range of days, and so far there are not, I mean, only today, which is a correction, but it's not the correction that I was expecting around these days. Remember that the boxes always represent days which are going to be way more active, way more volatile than normal days. Normal days contained within the circles. So this really does not qualify. In order to qualify, I'm talking about maybe 4% at least. So yeah, this is nowhere near that level. So this tells me two things: that it has indeed, May is such a very good month that it's avoiding many very strong corrections that I was foretelling, or that there's a possibility of that happening still around the 12th or the 13th. So be very careful around those days. Like I told you, especially if the days are shared by opposite energies, like the 13th, for example, and the box and the other red box and the circle right here, it's going to be possibly very volatile. So whenever that happens, people get liquidated very easily. So that's basically all I have for Ethereum. Now let's take a look at the final cryptocurrency, which is AVAX, Avalanche. So you can see almost the same, but as well, you can see, for example, the massive jump that we saw on Thursday, on the 8th of May, just like I predicted. You can see in the chart right here on the green. You can see it's a very powerful, it's around, let's see, it's around somewhere around 10% approximately. So not bad. It's actually, I think, better than Ethereum. Continues to climb up on the 9th of May, right around here. Not so good compared to Ethereum. I think that was better for that other altcoin. And the day that was actually really good for AVAX on the 10th of May. We're talking about almost 10% again. So both the 8th and the 10th of May were both almost the equal size of gains. And it's very, very good to see that for AVAX. So again, just like I told you, look at this. AVAX today is a day which is completely on the red for AVAX. Completely on the red. And it's currently on range as well. But it was actually underperforming, even worse than Ethereum. So again, just like I told you, this range of days from the 8th to the 11th, this is a range of days which Bitcoin had them completely on the green. And both Avalanche and Ethereum had them, some of them on the red. And the first thing that I told you in the very first video that I detailed about May is that what this was telling me basically is that these altcoins will underperform compared to Bitcoin. That's exactly what came to pass, just like I predicted, guys. So this is why it's very important to always watch the videos, because if you just watch the charts, even if you can read them, which is very easy to do, I always give extra information. I always give extra details in the videos, all across the videos, and some of that information is very, very important. It's also very important to follow me everywhere in my social medias, but especially on YouTube and Twitter, on X, because, guys, I predicted this. I predicted that May was going to be a very good month publicly. I mean, it was on a public record. It's still my tweet. It's still out there. Maybe one of these days I will highlight it. But it was someone asked me back in February, how was the outlook for the next month, and everything I told him came to pass. Like literally everything. I predicted the crash on February. I predicted the crash on March. I predicted the recovery, a very volatile month, for April. And I predicted a full-on green month for May, just like you're seeing right now. So that is why it's very, very important to follow me. Okay, I always give key extra details to people who really want to look out for that information. Okay, I really don't want to encourage freeloading, so that's why I kind of hide that information. But at the same time, it's not really hidden because it's public, so anyone can watch that information. Anyone can read that. All it takes is a couple minutes from your time to actually read and follow me on my social media. So that is why very, very important to actually do that. So anyways, guys, that's all I have for you. I will continue giving updates for these cryptocurrencies, obviously, as we go. So have a good day. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on my socials. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.